So it is important in times like these to have a distraction. And that's why I want to personally extend my gratitude to Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
Blake Lively's world came crashing down in one unforgettable moment on Live. Blake Lively's legal battle with Justin Baldoni is unfolding like a high-stakes Hollywood thriller. What began as a seemingly collegial film collaboration has exploded into a courtroom showdown of shocking accusations and alleged deceit, with Lively cast as a master manipulator and Baldoni as the wronged victim fighting to clear his name. In this drama, television. Comedian Chelsea Handler, hosting a major awards show, took direct aim at Lively's ongoing scandal and exposed her in front of millions. With a biting grin, Handler thanked Lively and Justin Baldoni for giving Hollywood a distraction, then joked that everyone was relieved there would probably not be a sequel to their drama. In that instant, what had been Blake Lively's fervent crusade flipped. Evidence is weaponized and reputations hang in the balance as the It Ends With Us co-stars trade legal blows. The opening act saw Lively launch incendiary claims that would send immediate shockwaves through both their lives, igniting a firestorm of fallout and setting the stage for a relentless quest for truth. The feud erupted in public when Blake Lively filed a bombshell complaint accusing Justin Baldoni of gross misconduct on their film set, painting him as a S-tier and claiming he orchestrated a campaign to destroy her reputation. These allegations were extreme. Lively alleged Baldoni had created a hostile environment with disturbing on-set behavior and even planted rumors to undermine her. Almost immediately, the consequences for Baldoni were severe. Within a day of Lively's accusations hitting the press, Baldoni's longtime talent agency abruptly dropped him as a client, a move reportedly spurred in part by Lively's damning complaint. The man who just months earlier walked the red carpet beside Lively was now professionally shunned, his reputation tainted before any judge had weighed in.
During another scene, Lively claims Baldoni improvised a kissing scene according to the complaint. Mr. Baldoni discreetly bit and sucked on Ms. Lively's lower lip during a scene in which he improvised numerous kisses on each take.
When Lively expressed her discomfort, the article alleged that Baldoni and his PR team retaliated by planting negative stories about her in the media.
Her and made her want to give you over the movie rights. I mean, she had a lot of requests.
Yeah, I don't know if, again, I feel like there was some divine guidance there. I don't think it was the words. I think it was the intention and the why that I wanted to make the movie and the heart that I try to put in everything that I do. And I think at the end of the day, that speaks maybe more than words do. I think that people can feel the intention. It's like the difference between like your grandmother's food and a restaurant's food, right? There's something that's always different about it, and that's the way that we try to make movies, and it's the way I try to live, and I don't know, maybe Colleen just felt that.
At the New York premiere of It Ends With Us, eagle-eyed fans noticed a glaring absence of group photos featuring the main cast. This fueled speculation further, especially after social media users discovered that several cast members, including Blake Lively, had unfollowed Justin Baldoni on Instagram, a move many considered a significant red flag. As the press tour kicked off, tensions appeared to escalate, and Blake's approach to promoting the movie came under heavy criticism online. Many took issue with how Blake handled the promotional efforts, arguing that she focused more on florals, fashion, and her hair care line rather than addressing the serious issues explored in the story. During one event, she even invited fans to grab their florals to see the movie, a move that left critics and fans questioning the tone and sincerity of the promotion. Into a public spectacle, the stage itself seemed to shift under Lively's feet. Those close to the situation say Blake Lively was visibly shaken as Handler's barbs rang out. By the end of the night, whispers around the venue hinted that Lively left in a fury, fighting back tears. The glamorous facade had cracked, and everyone could see it. Lively had nowhere to hide. She had just been called out as the butt of a joke on live TV, and it triggered a chain reaction that would mark the beginning of her very public downfall. The shockwaves from Handler's roast were immediate. Within hours, social media and tabloids blared that Blake Lively lost it after being destroyed on live TV. And Handler wasn't the only one piling on. Just a day later at the Directors Guild Awards, renowned filmmaker Judd Apatow added salt to the wound. On stage, Apatow quipped that, usually to make that much money, you have to sue Blake Lively, mocking the enormous $400 million lawsuit Baldoni filed against her.
He and 9 other plaintiffs, including his publicists, have brought a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, essentially alleging them of libel and false light invasion of privacy. So Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, he told BBC's partner CBS that the newspaper aided and abetted a smear campaign designed to revitalise Lively's floundering.
He went further, joking how so much fuss was being made over such a terrible movie, a stinging reference to the film It Ends With Us, which had ignited this feud. The crowd of Hollywood insiders chuckled at these digs, signaling that the industry had turned on Lively. What was once a serious Me Too-style accusation was now open comedy fodder. Instead of rallying to her side, Tinseltown seemed to distance itself, treating Lively's claims as a dubious spectacle. The message from Hollywood was clear. Many weren't buying what Blake Lively was selling. Blake Lively's worst nightmare had materialized. She was fast becoming a laughingstock among her peers. As Lively struggled to defend herself publicly, damning evidence began to surface, much of it released by Justin Baldoni's own team. Determined to clear his name, Baldoni launched a website sharing behind-the-scenes texts, emails, and footage, and it revealed stark contradictions in Lively's story. One newly leaked text from April 2023 showed Lively's own words painting a very different picture than her allegations. In a chat about spicing up a scene's dialogue, Lively told Baldoni that playful, flirty banter was her love language, and promised it would come off yummy, spicy, and playfully bold, never with teeth. These are hardly the words of a woman feeling threatened on set, yet they came straight from Lively herself, exhibiting comfort and even eagerness during filming.
He told us that Justin Baldoni claims she tried to take over his movie because she has a history of saying, okay, I'll be the star, but what I secretly want to do is direct it and edit it and produce it. I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully. That Justin Baldoni, ultimately, by the time they got to the premiere, was mandated by Blake Lively to spend the night in the basement away from his co-stars and didn't even get to see the final cut of his own movie because Blake Lively insisted that she be the one to approve it.
Underscoring that her private demeanor simply didn't match her public claims. Another bombshell came via Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds. In a February 2023 text message disclosed by Baldoni's legal team, Reynolds gushed to Baldoni, "I happen to adore you, Justin. This is going to be incredible," expressing excitement for them to work together. It's a friendly, supportive tone that stands in jarring contrast to the later narrative of a predator and victim. The inconsistencies were glaring. How could a man so beloved by Lively's own family suddenly be recast as a villain? Even communications about on-set intimacy undercut Lively's story. Baldoni's evidence included messages about hiring an intimacy coordinator for sensitive scenes, something a harasser wouldn't likely prioritize. "Just hired intimacy coordinator who I love," Baldoni texted Lively, happily arranging for her to meet this safety specialist. Lively's reply, "I feel good. I can meet her when we start. Thank you." She felt good. No objections, no hint of discomfort. She even opted to delay meeting the coordinator, indicating she was at ease. This directly clashes with any suggestion that Lively was dreading or fearing the intimate scenes. Piece by piece, these revelations shredded Lively's credibility. Her lawsuit painted Justin Baldoni as a serial predator.
In a new amended complaint and the ongoing legal battle, Lively's legal team saying the experiences of Miss Lively and others were documented at the time they occurred, starting in May of 2023. Going on to write, Mr. Baldoni acknowledged the complaints in writing at the time.
But her own texts showed a collegial, even warm rapport between them. This added another layer of controversy to an already fraught situation.
With Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals.
This particular comment from Blake Lively struck a nerve with many, as it was widely deemed tone-deaf given the film's serious subject matter. Instead, she was encouraged to maintain a lighthearted tone while promoting the film, in stark contrast to the serious themes portrayed. As the press tour progressed, many suspected that it wasn't until Justin Baldoni saw the public reception that he decided to go rogue. His Puerto Rico team allegedly pushed for a more authentic approach, which resulted in Justin being portrayed as the only serious member of the cast. This shift led fans to believe that there was an elaborate effort to smear Blake's name in the media, with one fan commenting that they felt manipulated into blaming Blake, while the real responsibility likely lay with the entire team of studio executives and producers. The fan expressed disdain for Justin's actions, stating, "Justin is a gross man for going rogue at the expense of Blake's reputation." They also noted that Blake's behavior during the promotional campaign now made more sense, adding, "I feel terrible she went through that. It's horrible."
This alleged smear campaign caused what Blake described as substantial harm to both her personal and professional life. Her team claimed that Justin's camp actively worked to slander her credibility, all while raising his own profile, which made it even more difficult for Blake to navigate the media landscape during the film's release. Since the lawsuit was filed, Justin Baldoni's legal team has denied the allegations, with his lawyer, Brian Fredman, calling the accusations shameful and entirely fabricated.
Pleaded with the court for an expansive protective order to shroud much of the case in secrecy, arguing that because this fight involved high-profile individuals and allegations of SH, extra privacy was needed to prevent threats or witness tampering. Baldoni's side was not having it. To Justin, this move reeked of legal manipulation, accusing Lively of seeking a protective order only because she feared what open scrutiny would reveal.
This denial comes amid the ongoing legal battle, which has intensified public scrutiny surrounding the behind-the-scenes tensions on the set of It Ends With Us. Despite the legal rebuttal, the controversy has continued to capture the attention of fans and media alike, further complicating the dynamics between the cast, crew, and their respective public images.
Lively wrote, "New pages can always be sent to me as well, please," and signed the message with an X, the universal symbol for a kiss. She followed up with another text shortly thereafter, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines." Baldoni responded, "Copy, eating with the crew, and we'll head that way."
But they were able to present text from Blake Lively herself. I guess they had gotten a new version of the script they hadn't practiced or whatever at this point. And she said, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out our lines." And he said, "Copy, eating with the crew, and then heading that way." So at least they can prove in this singular instance she did invite him in.
18 months later, that interaction was depicted in a New York Times bombshell report in a far more sinister light. The Times wrote that Baldoni repeatedly entered her makeup trailer uninvited while she was undressed, including when she was breastfeeding.
And I think the truth lies in the middle, because Justin is putting out some interesting counter-arguments in this new suit that he's actually suing the New York Times. Now, is he going to win? I don't think so. I think it's an incredibly hard battle to win. But now, with what we've seen Trump do with George Stephanopoulos, who knows anymore where these things are going to...
That discrepancy is one of many highlighted in the scathing $250 million lawsuit filed Tuesday afternoon by Baldoni against the New York Times in Los Angeles Superior Court. Baldoni is among a group of 10 plaintiffs, which also includes publicists Melissa Nathan and Jennifer A.L., who are suing the newspaper for libel and false light invasion of privacy over the article titled, "We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine." Lively's federal lawsuit, on the other hand, dives deeper into the allegations of harassment. She claims Baldoni's behavior began subtly but escalated over time, leaving her feeling unsafe on set. According to her lawsuit, the retaliation campaign not only damaged her reputation but also caused her severe emotional distress. The 87-page complaint, which also accuses the New York Times of promissory fraud and breach of implied contract, offers a rebuttal to the narrative set forth in the 4,000-word article that has rocked Hollywood and led to WME dropping Baldoni as a client just hours after publication.
Justin also leveled accusations at Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, for being aggressive while defending the Gossip Girl actress. According to the lawsuit obtained by E! News, it reads, quote, "Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, had aggressively berated Baldoni during a meeting at their penthouse in New York, accusing him of fat-shaming Lively, and that the couple's, quote, inappropriate and humiliating berating of him was delivered as other celebrity friends were coming in and out of their penthouse."
And how the worst thing Justin Baldoni's team can come up with is that she was rude and difficult and threatened not to show up at work. You know, if you read the complaint, I think she had very valid reasons why she wouldn't want to show up to work in an environment like
Blake Lively has just dropped a major plot twist in the ongoing drama surrounding her recent activities, as she is officially suing Justin Baldoni for inappropriate behavior and defamation. The book, which sold millions of copies worldwide, delves into themes of domestic abuse and resilience, a powerful story that Hollywood hoped would spark conversation and inspire change.
Lively's lawsuit claims that the abusive dynamic on screen was mirrored off screen, with Baldoni allegedly engaging in repeated acts of harassment, ranging from unwanted physical contact to inappropriate comments, and creating a pervasive atmosphere of fear and anxiety throughout the production.
Filming began, and all seemed well, at least from the outside. Behind the scenes, however, tensions were reportedly brewing, labeling her as difficult and unstable.
Justin is suing the New York Times for $250 million. Holy hell, this is insane. I mean, he's going to have a hard time proving it, right? I mean, we're going to have to see. No one just sues the New York Times, or do they? I don't.
But Baldoni's lawsuit paints a different picture. In it, he claims that the New York Times selectively quoted texts and emails, stripping them of critical context to make him look like a villain. He argues that the article has caused irreparable harm to his career and personal life, and he's seeking $250 million in damages. On June 2, 2023, Blake Lively began a text exchange with her It Ends With Us director and co-star, Justin Baldoni, who blamed her assistant for not getting her an updated batch of script pages. She didn't realize they were new. This lawsuit comes after the public turned against her during the press tour for It Ends With Us ever since the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel was announced in 2019. Anticipation has been sky-high. With over 20 million copies sold worldwide and the novel becoming a TikTok sensation, fans had immense expectations. However, the announcement of Blake Lively, famous for her role as Serena van der Woodsen in Gossip Girl, being cast as Lily Bloom left many fans skeptical. Their concerns grew after set photos revealed unexpected costume designs for her character. The tension escalated even before filming began, as reports surfaced about conflicts between Blake and Justin Baldoni, who not only directed the film but also starred as Ryle Kincaid. While the exact reasons for their clashes remain unclear, whispers of creative disagreements and a strained dynamic behind the scenes began circulating early on, adding fuel to the already heated controversy surrounding the project. The speculation surrounding Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni only grew stronger when fans noticed that Justin appeared to keep his distance from the rest of the cast during production. Now, with the recent news of Blake's lawsuit, fans are revisiting everything that transpired before and during the press tour with a fresh perspective. Justin has been accused of inappropriate behavior on set and slandering Blake's character throughout the filming process. During production, signs of tension were evident, as Blake and Justin were rarely seen together, even at promotional events, further fueling rumors that all was not well behind the scenes. But when she did, the article claimed Baldoni and his team retaliated with a calculated smear campaign aimed at discrediting her.
Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, made it clear in a statement.
Friedman also claimed that Blake made numerous demands during the film's production, including threats to derail the project unless her conditions were met. Justin's team argued that the hiring of a crisis manager wasn't intended to smear Blake, but rather to protect the film from what they described as her alleged disruptions. However, the tide of public opinion seems to have sharply shifted in Blake's